guys, so for today's video we're going to be talking about probably the most expensive brush collection I will ever own in my entire life. So we're going to be speaking about the Hourglass brush collection. I don't even want to say this out loud. So this cost £660. Bearing in mind I got it in sale. I bought this a few years ago. It was like my last little treat before I sort of moved in with my partner and stuff. I was like, this is going to be the one thing that I treat myself to that I would probably never ever get again in my life. So I'm going to run you down basically what it is. Do I like it? Would I recommend it? Blah, 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 the whole general spiel. So let me show you the packaging that it comes in because it is very, very fancy. So it comes in this luxury box. So obviously it does tie in a ribbon. And then when you open it up, obviously it comes in little tissue paper with a little Hourglass logo. So obviously it is very luxury. Hourglass is a very luxury brand, a very luxurious brand, sorry. So they are vegan. So I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what year, but essentially Hourglass were like, in the year 2020 something, we were going to be all vegan and cruelty free. So yeah, obviously vegan brushes, brilliant. So let's run down all the brushes you get in here. So obviously you open it up, comes like a little zip bag. So obviously you flip this up and this is what you get. So I have done the math and I've done it as, I'm trying to think in my head now. So I will put it in the little description box as well. So you get, I think it's 19 brushes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 brushes. And basically I worked it out as there'd be £38 per brush. So Hourglass brushes. So this one here, this big dual-sided powder brush, that works out £65 a brush. And then the cheapest one they have, I think it was one of these little eye brushes, works out at £34. They, like I said, sort of go in that range. Obviously eye brushes are a little bit more cheaper than sort of the face brushes. So you do get this as well when it comes with, so it lets you know everything that it does. So first of all, we have the ambient powder brush. So ideal for evenly dispensing ambient lightning powder all over the face. So obviously they're going to recommend that these products all go with Hourglass. Obviously that's typical. So this is what she looks like. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I have not picked up this brush. I don't think I've used it once. So obviously you dip it into the ambient palette and just sort of swipe it on. I don't really like these kinds of brushes, if I'm perfectly honest. I would prefer something with a longer handle. Like these whole like kind of miniature ones, not really my vibe. But nonetheless, obviously it's in there, and if you would use something like that, that's brilliant. I do have the ambient powder. It's a little bit too dark for me. I need to get a lighter shade. So yeah, I think if I had a lighter shade I might also pick this up, because obviously if I go in really heavy handed with it, I'm like, yeah, this is way too dark. I can apply a little bit and sort of get the effect I need to, but I would need a really fluffy brush for that. And then next up we have, sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I get these all right. So we have the number 3 all over shadow brush, seamlessly applies layers and blends powder eyeshadows. So what the hell is number 3 now? So I don't have these in kind of order that it is. So this is your number 3. Yeah, really pretty. You can sort of just pack it on the lid. It's quite a big brush. Typically I wouldn't use this for like lid, like shimmers or anything. I would use this, turn it on its side and go into the crease and really pack that in the crease. These are the kind of brushes that I like for that, especially if I'm going to do like a cut crease and it's going to be all winged out, then I can really get that shadow in and pack it in. Great brush, absolutely beautiful. And then next up we have the number 4. So this is a crease brush, a crease brush. So this is ideal for precision eyeshadow contouring and blending. So this is this one here. Yeah, again, really, really beautiful. Like it says, you can just sort of go in and go into the crease. Yep, absolutely stunning. Does what it needs to do. No complaints with this brush. And then next up we have the number 6. So this is a tapered blending brush. easily blends in and around the small contours of the eye. So I'm pretty sure this is the number 6. Yep. So this is what she looks like. So she's a lot more tapered than the other one. Let me show you side by side so you can sort of see the difference as well. So this was the number, we said 6 wasn't me? Yeah, this was the number 6. So you can sort of see the difference in that. So I typically would prefer something more like this to this. Obviously this is a lot more softer, a lot more gentle. This is going to really pack it in and get it in there. So depending on what eye look you're sort of doing, that's obviously going to depend on your brush as well. This is truly beautiful. I actually really do like this brush. And then next up we have the number 8. So this is the large concealer brush. So firm tapered design provides an excellent control for concentrated coverage. So that is this one. So this is typically a lot smaller than your typical foundation brush if you wish. I use this not for foundation or anything like that. I'll use this for my primers, moisturizers, things like that that I'm going to use underneath my skin prep. So obviously you sort of dip it on and you wipe it across. I'm yet to try it with foundation. If I'm perfectly honest, I prefer I'll show you one of the brushes in here as well obviously, but something like this is what I use today. Just something a bit more dense and a bit more packed. I feel like these are kind of outdated a little bit. If people still use them for foundation, obviously that's great, but I feel like we have a lot more now, the beauty blenders, everything like that. So yeah, I wouldn't personally use it for foundation. Then we have the number 9. So this is the Doomed Shadow Brush. So densely packed doomed bristles provide effortless control. I think, is this the number 9? Yep. So kind of like a small little blending brush yet again, really get into that crease. You can obviously use this on the lower lash line. They do have a little bit of a smaller one as well in here, so obviously this is kind of a little bit bigger. Typically not something I would use every single day. I would reach for the smaller one just because of my eye shape. Nonetheless, really beautiful. Still a great little shadow brush. So next up we have the number 10 brush. So this is an angled liner brush. So this is, oh my god, why can't I think of the word? Precise lines and defines eyes. So that is this one here. Yep, really beautiful, nice small brush. You can probably do your eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, sorry, you do your eyebrows with this. Typically what I'd sort of use is very small, very detailed. This is the kind of brush that I feel I'm more in control of. I can add a little bit of shadow, you can obviously line. Yeah, really lovely little brush that we have here. Then we have the number 11. So this is the smudge brush. So this is short, dense bristles, blends liner or dark shadows for a sultry look. Like I said, they have a smaller version of this. So this is the, oh no, sorry, that's not it. That's the number 13. This is the number 11, sorry, that is my mistake. Obviously it does say at the bottom. Yeah, really small. Obviously you can sort of pack on your eyeshadow with this. Obviously this is just giving you instructions on how to use it. There is no wrong or right way. You could use this to apply lip liner or lipstick, whatever the hell you want it to apply it with. Obviously it's just giving you a guidance as to how to use it. I really do like these when companies do them. I think it's just easy. It's nice, easy guide for someone that might sort of be getting into makeup. Obviously I probably wouldn't recommend this as your first brush collection, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, really pretty. Obviously you can really get in there and line it, line your wing liner and stuff like that as well. Then we have the number 12. So this is a beveled shadow brush designed for strategic eyeshadow placement, like I said. So this is the number 13. So like I said, it's the smaller kind of version of this one. Hopefully I'm trying to show you the best I can here. So yeah, obviously this is the number 13, did we say? Number 19? I can't remember what we're on now. Number 13 is more tapered. So yeah, yet again, really sort of define it and really sort of getting that shadow in there. Yeah, another little beautiful brush. Then we have the number 14. So this is a detail setting brush. precisely places powder around the eye and T-zone for shine control. So this is this one here. So I would obviously use this as well for highlighter. Perfect little size for that. Obviously, yeah, setting it so you can really get into the under eyes there. Obviously you can get really into sort of in between the brows and stuff. Perfect little small brush to really just sort of set those things in place. What did we just talk about? 14. So we have the ambient lightning edding brush. So this is a 2 multitasking brush heads, can be used for powder, bronzer, blush and highlighter. So that is, these ones come like little straps. Oh god, sometimes it's not that easy to get out. Please excuse me. So this is this one. So I love this for blush personally. This one is great for getting into creams. You can really get that good placement. And then I use this one for powder. So yet again, you're really just getting that good placement with it. I feel like this is kind of just, I don't know, like it's like that almost, you can dip it in, get that dot and get it on the face. And it's sort of really precise, I feel like. Definitely one of my favourite brushes from this whole collection. And then we have the Vow powder brush, a double-ended brush designed for use for the Vow translucent setting powder. So yet again, same thing, small, big end. So obviously this is great for really just getting it all over the face, really setting it. Obviously it's something a little bit smaller. You can obviously go in the eyes or around the nose and stuff. Obviously quite a big difference in size compared to sort of this one where you could do that. Yeah, again, sort of depends on your preference, what you want to do, how you sort of want to go about it. But this brush being the most expensive one, £65. It is beautiful. I don't typically reach for this that much, if I'm perfectly honest. Yeah, it's a good brush. They feel really soft and everything. All of them feel really, really soft. I think this might be a little bit too big for my liking. I would sort of stick to this one. I just feel like you've got a little bit more control. But yeah, still really great brush. It's just, yeah, you know how you feel about something. And then we have the number 2 foundation / blush brush. Densely packed for effortlessly applying foundation, blush and highlighter. So this is this one. So I don't think I've used this with foundation. Yeah, it is quite densely packed. I prefer, like I said, sort of blush, even powder, to sort of maybe set the face if you wanted something a little bit more sort of heavier to really pack it in. But yeah, really great brush. I would probably try and use this with foundation. If I'm perfectly honest, probably something a bit more serum-like rather than something a little bit more full coverage. I like something that's really sort of densely packed. And then we have the Vanish Seamless Finish Concealer Brush. So a unique half moon brush head that delivers unprecedented precision and blending to optimize performance of the Vanish Airbrush Concealer. I felt like that was a lot. So if you don't already watch my YouTube videos, this is my dirty one. This is the clean one you get in the kit. My all-time favourite concealer brush. I bought this, I think I bought this with the concealer many sort of years ago. Absolutely love it. Like I said, one of my favourite brushes. I'm so glad it's sort of in this brush collection. I actually haven't used the one that's in the brush collection. It's like really fresh, really new. This is still doing me really well. It hasn't like peeled off on the label or anything. Like Hourglass is still really on there. Truly beautiful brush. I will forever recommend that. And then we have the Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Brush. So this is a high performance foundation brush for seamless finish. So like I said, that more packed sort of one. So I like this for the Vanish stick. Right, the only thing about this is this has shedded really, really bad. I don't know where I put it, but when I first used it, I kept it to the side because I was like, I'm going to show this on camera, but like I said, I've been trying it out for like months and months because obviously it's a really expensive product, and it literally was like a chunk of hair, and it's still to this day, it is still just shedding. I can see all the little bits of hair just sort of sticking out. Don't get me wrong, it's not coming out in clumps, but there has been times where I'm like, there is a brush hair on my face. This is why I think I'm a little bit scared to use this now, because I'm like, is it going to just keep like shedding? Is it going to get to the point where I have no bristles? is it going to get to the point where I don't notice that there's a bristle hair on my face and I'm going out and about, and you know, it's obviously something that I don't really want on my face when I have like a good makeup day and things like that. So that is my only one gripe. It might just be this brush only, it might not be other brushes, but obviously this is my experience with a brush I got in the collection. So to me, obviously it's kind of faulty, because the rest of them perfectly fine, do not shed a single hair at all. It's just this one. So yeah, a little bit disappointed, because I love the Vanish Stick foundations. They're my all-time favourite foundation. I don't think it will ever be sort of beat. So, you know, having that brush that I can use with those foundations is kind of a little bit disappointing that I can't use this. And if I do, I have to be like really careful with it, and it's not something I want out of a really expensive brush. Like, if I'm going to be spending all this money, I don't want to see it shed. So yeah, that's my experience obviously with this brush. Still really, really beautiful, just wish it didn't shed. And then lastly, we have the number 7 finishing brush. So this is designed to effortlessly buff on foundation, blush or powder. Yet again, kind of similar to this little guy that we have here. I think I've used this once just to sort of buff in powder to see if I liked it. Honestly, not a big fan of these sort of brushes. I wish they'd just come out with like a longer handle, something a little bit different. I don't really know, like I've never really seen people sort of talk about this. Yet again, still feel like it's very outdated. It's like that whole kabuki brush. I feel like that's something we used like way back when we didn't really have all access to all these brushes. So yeah, not a big lover of that. So that is everything you get in this brush collection. So see, the thing is, I love Hourglass with my whole heart. They're one of my favourite luxury brands. And I've got to say, at the time, it was like something I really wanted. I was like, I really want this. I love Hourglass. This is something that I'm going to use forever and always. I'm never going to purchase another brush collection. That was a straight up lie. I purchased another 3 after that. All from Spectrum. So I will sort of get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I was like, no, this will be my last one. And I feel like, because I was maybe like disappointed a little bit that I went ahead and purchased other ones, I feel like if I'm really satisfied, I feel like I wouldn't have done that. Well, I don't know, I mean, I am sort of a makeup collector. I love makeup, I love brushes, you know, I love just makeup in general. That's what my whole channel is about. So yeah, I haven't done the math yet, but I will put it on the screen of how much, if you bought these individually, how much they would cost. So I'm going to let you know my favourites. Okay, so if you're like, I would like to just purchase 1 or 2 of these, just have them in my collection, I don't want to purchase the whole, that's completely fine. They also have a travel one, if you wish, which is still a lot of money, still like £320. So obviously you get a few brushes in there, you don't get like the whole collection. So the ones I would recommend is 100% the Vanish concealer brush, one of my all-time favourites. Absolutely would. I mean, I'm probably not going to repurchase that for the rest of my life. It's, you know, it's like I said, it's that luxury brand. It's going to last me forever and ever and ever. You know, it is worth putting money into good brushes. What was the dual-ended, like, I call this the blush brush. Obviously it has no name, it's like the fancy word, if you wish. Those, I feel like definitely this as well, the number 6 brush. Like I said, I love those little tapered ends. Just really sort of nice, really pretty. They feel great on the eyes, and you do feel very sort of fancy when you use them. It kind of feels nice, like it's nice to have that luxury feeling. And I definitely would purchase the number 14. Yet again, that small little powder, good highlighter. If I'm perfectly honest, I think that's the only brushes I would recommend. I want to recommend the little foundation brush, but well, I mean, if you get it and it sheds, obviously you know you can sort of return it. I purchased it a while ago and sort of used it, and then, you know, I was like, well, it's sort of way past the return, so it's not even like I could return it and be like, it's shedding, blah blah blah. I don't even know if you can return brushes in the UK, because obviously like sanitation, I don't really know. I think if it's 40 it might be different, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, I am happy that I do have it. I don't really reach for these brushes. I feel like if you want luxury brushes for a cheaper price, these are like my go-to at the moment. So this is the Spectrum and KJ Hughes collection. So stunning, some of the most gorgeous brushes. There is a variety of brushes in here. Some of them you even get doubles, because obviously she did sort of speak about how you might sort of need it for something else, blah blah blah. You know, obviously she's a makeup artist, she sort of knows what she's talking about. You get a little towel in there as well, and you also get, I'm trying to think where the box is. I keep it in the box, I seal it all up and put it on display. But you do get instructions how to use this brush as well, so it's not even something like Hourglass has only done. You can get these with anyone's. I have the Sculpt collection as well, which is more luxury for Spectrum. I think these retail for, I'm gonna say like 100 and something. I'd wait for the sale if I'm perfectly honest, Black Friday, things like that. I've got like Aristocat collection. What else have I got? I've got Mean Girl collection. I use those brushes for a long time before these sort of come into my life, and I sort of feel like I've replaced them a little bit with these. These are much more luxurious than their sort of standard collection. But yet again, nothing wrong with them. Really gorgeous brushes. They do Powerpuff Girls. I think that's on sale at the minute as well. I was thinking about purchasing it myself, but I was like, no, I'm going to behave and I'm not going to do it. So yeah, that's kind of my overall thoughts with everything. If I had the money, if I could go back in time and be like, I'm not going to purchase this, I think I would still purchase it, because obviously, like I said, it's something I really wanted, and I do use the brushes, but like I said, I'm reaching for something else in my everyday. Like, I'd rather pick up these than pick up Hourglass. Like I said, it all just depends on you. Like, if you have a few brushes already, there's probably no point you purchasing this. If you don't have any and you used one, for me, like it was the concealer brush before I bought it, you know, you think, oh, do you know what, I really love this, I want the whole collection, go ahead. Or, you know, just purchase 1 or 2 luxury brushes. They don't have to be from Hourglass, they can be from anywhere, any other company. There's loads of companies that make brushes. You know, start off small, go for like a little small Spectrum collection, build that up. I'm never expecting someone to be like, right, let me go straight out, let me purchase the Hourglass brush collection and then I'll sort of add to that. Like, I feel like if you've got, I mean, I have a decent brush collection, I'd say myself. I've got brushes over here, brushes in there, you know, so it really all just depends. Would I really, really recommend it? No. I would say, like I said, stick to my favourites, but maybe other people's favourites that you've sort of seen and said, oh yeah, like, okay, like I've seen really good reviews about this, like I would purchase this now. I'd say sort of stick to the brushes that I recommended, or like I said, other people recommended, or what you think you would use most of. So yeah, that is my final thoughts on the Hourglass brush collection. Anything else you want me to sort of talk about with Hourglass, let me know. I'm always down for reviewing Hourglass. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, I said that really quick. I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, bye. Got a really itchy ear.